Alright guys, we're going to do the face-off between the Jetboil here on the, well, I don't know how it's going to come up on your screen. On my screen it's on the left. This is my left hand. So, and then we're going to do the GSI with the new Snowpeak Gigapower Auto on this side. We have our stopwatch here in the middle. It'll probably be upside down on yours, or maybe it won't. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm trying to do this. I've got basically something up here holding the phone. We have 2 cups of water, and it is exactly 2 cups. So we're going to go ahead and put that in the Jetboil. This is just room temperature water. It's been sitting out. Same thing with this. Exactly 2 cups of water, 16 ounces. Over here in the GSI with the Snowpeak stove. And what the plan is here is we are going to use, actually, you know what, we're not going to use the lids because I don't want to really screw with it. If you guys had seen my last video, the cool thing, also check out the lids, the lid systems here. The lid fits onto the little cup here, and the lid fits onto this little cup here. On this, basically, you just turn it over. But very cool. What we're gonna do is just leave the lids off, so you guys can see pretty much what's going on. I'm trying to space these out as much as possible, so I can. What am I trying to say? So I can, I don't get residual heat between the two, but to keep it in frame of the view of the phone. So I think what we're gonna do here is start them up and then hit the button, because I can start them both at the exact time, but I can't start them both at the exact time and hit the button. So let's go ahead and start them up, and then you guys obviously will know when I start them up, so you can always look at the time on the video. Let's see. See if we can do this. I both have them. I have both setups on these the pot stuns, or the stabilizers on the I have 2 of these stabilizers here, but both for the Jetboil. So let's see if we can get this right here. Okay, so we got our adjustment valves. Let me see if I can move this back a little bit. Alright, so we have our adjustment valves here. It's going to be hard to determine, you know, what's full blast or what's not. Okay, I'm leaking out all kinds of fuel here. Okay, let's go ahead and hit the buttons. Okay, they both lit at exactly the same time. They're both on full tilt. They're both on full blown. You can see up here on the GSI, the flames are coming a little around the sides. Oh, like I said, I'm not too horribly scientific. If you're really that concerned about it, you can take 10 seconds off when I was talking. I'll move this over a little bit. Yeah, these are both full blown, so. On the Jetboil, we're already getting some small bubbles. We're not really getting too much on the... It's funny, because this one actually feels warmer than this one. Yes, but we are getting a lot more activity coming out of the Jetboil than we are out of here. You know, I expect the Jetboil to win just because it's an actual system designed, the stove and everything's designed around the pot, and it's a system. And this is just another system, but I suspect that the Jetboil will win. I mean, it kind of has to, because it's like I said, it's essentially, it was all designed together, where this is bits and pieces here and there. You know, you put this together with this, you know. And we are getting bubbles on the GSI, but we are actually getting rolling boil over here on the Jetboil. So we're going to go ahead and call that at about, like, 2 minutes. Okay. And we're going to let the GSI or the Snowpeak do its thing. You got to remember, this is also a bigger pot, so it's going to be well, you're going to have more surface area at the bottom, but you're also going to have more area to heat up. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I mean, we're within seconds here when it's happening. So I mean, we're within 20, 30, 40 seconds. We're getting a lot of bubbles over here now. So, say what, we add this about a minute to this, and now we're getting a very good boil. I wouldn't say it's a rolling boil. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. So under 3 minutes. So we'll say about 3 minutes. And this is what I'm talking about as far as the sides getting hot. If you look, it got all red hot. Definitely cool though. I mean, I knew the Jetboil would win, but what I was really wondering was, let's see, how do I, oh, that's split. Don't want to do that. This should be stop. It should be, nope. It should be reset. Okay. So, I knew the Jetboil would win, but only by about a minute. I mean, yeah, that may be a big deal, and, you know, the house is about, I'd say 75 degrees maybe in here. So, 75 degrees, room temperature water. But you got to remember, the Jetboil was designed as a complete unit. So when you know, if the Snowpeak had been designed with a pot and, you know, stand and everything in mind that was all built together, then I'm sure it would do just as well. Another thing I saw at REI today when I was there was which kind of intrigued me, but it almost seemed to be just a different Jetboil. But it was the MSR. I forget what the name of it is, but it was an MSR style, or MSR made, essentially a Jetboil with a all-inclusive, or all-in-one package that was designed to be all-in-one. It seemed pretty cool, but it didn't seem so much different that I needed that over this. But yeah, it did pretty well. So now the real test is going to be at altitude and cold. I know the Jetboil does well. We'll have to see if this does well. Oh, if you guys are curious also, when I bought the Soloist, I got a little velvet bag with it that I called something else in my video, and it's actually a holder for the stove. That's hot. And this stove does fit in here. So, like I said, kind of happened what I expected to happen, was this was going to win, but this wasn't far behind as far as I'm concerned. Not enough to where I really, because when you take account that you have, you know, options with this pot that you can't do with this pot, it really does give you kind of a good system. And with this particular pot, everything from here will go into here as well. So, you know, you have a little bit of a wider pot, but essentially you can do the same thing. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, you do have a wider pot with the Soloist, but you have a higher base with the Jetboil. So this isn't too horribly scientific, but definitely cool. I think more of a fair test would have been to perhaps use the pot stand for the Jetboil, and then do the heat, or just sit this on top of the pot stand, and I think that would have gave you more of a even, I think we would have saw a little bit of a different result. But like I said, they're both good units. They both boil water great. I have cooked in this already. I made some stew one day. This is mighty handy. I made some Denny Moore stew. I don't know. You don't really make that. You just kind of slop it in the can. But definitely cool. So we'll get these out in the field. Oh, I already know how the Jetboil does. We used it on our 9-day camping trip. It worked fine, flawlessly in 30-degree weather at altitude of 5,000 feet, which isn't in 10,000 feet, but it's, you know, it's a data point. We'll see how this does on our next trip. I think I'm going to probably be going in maybe a week or so. My next set of days off, and we'll see how it does. So, very impressive. All right, I'll catch you guys later.